Well, hello again, everyone. I'm back. Thanks to Julian and LGN for taking care of the race last week. I missed a heck of a finish, but we're here at Chicagoland for what's going to be a heck of a race today here on the ISRA Truck Series. Welcome to P1's coverage of Round 5 of Season 2 of the ISRA Truck Series, coming to you from Chicagoland Speedway for the SimMotion.com Chicagoland 195. Joining me in the booth is LGN. LGN, we had a heck of a race last week, but right now I think the chase is on for Greg Evans, who has won every race this season so far.
Yeah, so first of all, good to see you again.
Thank you.
Good to hear again, sorry, because I don't see you, actually. And yeah, so last week on Indianapolis Raceway Park, that's the one name, yeah. Good race. We have, unfortunately, 4 yellows, 4 cautions over there, but the last 60 laps was in green flag.
Wow.
We saw how Thorne, Joshua Thorne, went from some mistakes and first place, lost the first place, to stay 1 second back to Evans to finish the line on 0.001. So I checked the videos on IndyCar and said it's basically 10,000 a second or something like that. So it's very close. Basically, I always mention about the finger. I put if you see the replay, it's like a 1 finger in between Evans cross the line to Joshua Thorne nose. So it's very close. So that's a good race. We saw a lot of incidents. Evans get try to pass all the people on from the 10th position and get the win. Very lucky because he have you know what? He in one of the first yellow flag, he went to the pit on the lap, I think so on position 6.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he went outside in 3rd on the first pit stop. So that's the great advantage he did on that day. So good race on there. On here, Chicagoland. I don't know if IndyCar on track series the track is the same thing, but I think so. The turn 3 and 4 is kind of the dangers over there.
All right. And let's get in today's starting lineup as qualifications are done. And we are now gridding up for today's race. A nice sized field of 19 trucks getting ready to tackle the Chicagoland Speedway. Let's get in today's starting lineup. And as things change in this series, many things stay the same. And Greg Evans on the pole. Right next to him is Stretch Armstrong for your P1 and P2. Row 2 is Justin Kirby and Joshua Zorn. So we'll be watching that row quite a bit all race long as they try to run down Evans on the pole. Rigney and Crow back in 3. Rick D and Say Hey Lewis Hayes back in row 4. Hearn, the track record holder here for Chicagoland Speedway, 223 miles per hour back in 2003. He's on row 5 with Brandon Graydon, and yes, that is a real life 223 miles per hour. That's not just sitting in a sim. That's Richie Hearn did that for reals. Pepto Joe back in row 6, Jake Euler right next to him. Big John Van Ellis, Big John back in row 7, and Eliza ELZ. ELZ is back with us. Adriani, Adriana back there in row 7. Welcome back. Wagner and Callisto back in row 8. We'll be watching that row. Clapper and Gallas back in row 9. And Guyon back in row 10. Looks like not everyone started up on the front stretch. A couple trucks.
Funny thing. So Wagner mentioned on chat about that, and Richie Hearn said, "Yep, 203."
Yep.
So times 2019, nobody used this track. So what a waste.
Yes, indeed. What a waste. And we are coming to green here. And yes, no one is using this track for the time being, although I suspect, just my guess, that NASCAR will return to here when their contract is up with the Chicago Street Course.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, but we'll see if IndyCar ever returns. But we're getting ready to go racing here. Green flag in the air. 130 laps is the road ahead of us. Green flag. Evans right to the lead, wasting no time. Here comes Kirby, starts Armstrong third, Zorn now fourth, Rigney fifth. Still too wide from P4 on back. Down that curved backstretch. This is a 1.5 mile oval. We'll be doing just shy of 200 miles tonight. Guyon already up 7 spots. Started shotgun on the field to 08, and he's already up 7 spots to 12th.
And the fastest lap.
And the purple lap to boot, you're right. Rick D up to 5th spot on the high side in the Steeler truck. And look who's following him through. The track record holder himself, Richie Hearn, in the 70 on the high side now. Now he's got a little bit of a whiff to the draft. New leader, Kirby, to the point as he drives under Greg Evans. Evans tucks back in underneath, right behind him into the draft. The draft does work here at this track for these trucks. Now the high side going down the backstretch. At least the high side was all lined up. Now they go down low. Big Rick D still hanging on to the high side. Now he goes was low. Now he goes back up high. He's going to follow Evans, which is probably not a bad strategy, to be honest with you.
A lot of action around. So I see Richie Hearn how to take the which line. So now it's going to for the 4th position of Rick D.
Yeah.
Is Hollett? Is Hollett? Yes.
Yeah.
So now it's
clear.
4th.
Yeah, and move Richie Hearn up to 4th. The rule set for today is they do have 4 sets of tires, 1 on the truck, 3 in the pits. 75% fuel. Are they 100% or 75% fuel?
75.
75. So what we're gonna see for different pit strategies? Are we just gonna see them stop at lap 50 and be done lap 50, 100, and then go to do the short stint, or I don't know. We'll see.
I said 2 stops. But
that's about 43 laps for a stint.
But I see Callisto on the back. Maybe going to one stop. I don't know.
Well, he's riding with Pepto Joe. Pepto Joe fell to the back, and they're letting that lead pack kind of get away. Meanwhile, up front, Richie Hearn to the high side of Joshua Zorn. Hang on, Josh. You're racing with the guy that finished third place in the Indy 500 for real. And Richie just a nose out ahead in turns 3 and 4. Coming to the main straight here, and he is just about clear. Move Richie Hearn to the point now at Chicagoland. Hey, when you got it at a place, you got it.
Yeah, I think so. Oh wow, he's going first, so I already figured out now because I went to check on the back. So good for Richie Hearn. I don't want to see burn the tires or going back, so I hope can see Richie Hearn on the front. Oh.
Ooh, getting close there in the mid-pack.
Close, yeah.
Oh, whoa, the 15 and the 38. Who was that? No, the 15 and the 8. And the 3 got into a little bit of contact there.
Rick D going slice over there.
10 of 130. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe here on P1. And Hearn and Zorn are trying to check out. Evans back to 5th.
So we're gonna see all this move until
Crow, Sam Crow, sorry. Sam Crow almost off the wall, gets a good run down the front straight. He used every bit of the exit of turn 4 and got a good run down the front straight. We move Crow up to 6 now as he's looking on the super high side here. Go ahead, LGN.
So I said it's gonna be all this move on for now, but let's see on lap 30, 35, 40 when the people realize
Tires are done.
the tires, yeah. But it's not hot. It's 30. Let me see. Wait. The 101 Fahrenheit, so 38 Celsius on track.
Yeah, that's the
Not
track
really.
temperature we're watching right there. Current conditions, 101 degrees track temperature, which is not too bad, really.
Actually, not. It's really, really easy.
And really, with the way these tires are, my experience here in the trucks at Chicagoland, you could probably drive the first 20 laps of this race straight up 100% throttle and not lift with the way the aero of these trucks are and the way these tires grip.
Richie Hearn go to the wall, but nothing happened. So Zorn take the lead for now. Just lose the speed over there.
Just a little bit of momentum lost.
It's going again. Oh.
Oh! And that might have cost him a little bit of momentum. We'll see here as he's still on the high side.
I think so. He needs to start to lift the throttle. No more full throttle on the car on the turns.
I tell you, Sam Crow's been on a run. He's been finding a good exit off of 4 for the last couple laps. Now Crow around on the high side of Richie Hearn. Going to bring with him Greg Evans. And look at Crow way up in that third, fourth lane at the top of the track there, getting a good run, and he clears Richie. Richie now falling back to fifth. It's Zorn way the heck out in front of everybody for the time being. Then there's Kirby in the next group of trucks, followed by Crow, Evans, and Rigney now in the top five.
I see Richie Hearn getting problems on the track, so I getting sliced on the exit on the turn. It's just only 18 laps on the on his tire, so still a lot of laps to go. So I don't know. He have to maybe change the strategy. I don't know what the strategy can be. So if you go high, you find a wall. If you go low, you can slip. You can lose the car. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, if he can get to the first pit stop, which they're about halfway through a run right now, if they can get to that first pit stop, and if he does have any damage, they do have the fast repair, and he can get that banged out really, really quick. But yeah, you don't want to wear those tires off so quickly. Jake Euler to the inside of Rick D. Rick D also falling back after he got the fifth. Clapper gonna split the difference there. Now he thought about it. Now he's well, no, he's thinking about it again. He's just gonna push Rick D through. Oh, Clapper going way to the high side. Trying to get some fresh air on the front bumper of that truck.
So talking about tracks, so the main winner on this track is Carl Busch with 5, and Brett Moffitt with 2 winners over here. So in IndyCar, Sam Hornich, Dan Weldon, Dario Franchitti with 2 each one. So the last race on 2010.
Caution flag.
Angelo.
Iridani. 3 trucks involved. Big John, Pepto Joe, and Aridani. What happened? Let's take a look.
Oh, Big Joe going high.
Yeah, Big John goes high.
Ow.
A little bit of aero wash. Kisses the wall. And unfortunately, oh, gosh, big hit by Pepto Joe. And wow, we figured with all this room they would have at the Chicagoland Speedway that they wouldn't be hitting each other. And just 3 trucks in the perfect spot all come to blows. And we are under caution to lap 22 of 130 here at Chicagoland.
This is a save for Richie Hearn because he went first to now 6th. So good to have a yellow flag over here because these people have an issue or trouble with the tires.
Yeah, and I would imagine after 22 laps, they are going to come down and get full service here on pit road. As we watch the leader Zorn bringing the rest of the field down, it is Wagner staying out. Wag staying out. Wow. I don't know if he missed the pit road or what. We'll see if that's going to be a strategy game it's going to play. But Zorn on pit road.
Vector entered to when the pits is closed, so maybe it's going to have a black flag. Maybe no, they don't have nothing. So yeah, he did the repairs and good to go.
It looks like everybody's out of pit road. Callisto just kind of biding his time back there on pit road. He's just sitting there right now. Big John coming off of pit road right now himself. Here comes Pepto Joe. Pepto Joe's back on the racetrack. ELZ, she is back rolling and executed the fast repair as well. So Pepto and ELZ both did the fast repair. Big John did not. He just came in and got a new set of tires. And Lionel Callisto now rolling off of pit road very slowly. So again, I think Lionel's playing. You might be right, Lewis. I think maybe Callisto here is playing a very, very long game.
Yeah, but yeah, with this yellow flag is everything zero again, basically. So we have 100 laps to go. So different strategy. Maybe it can cut in half. Just see, maybe.
Yeah, one
That's
stop.
a 50-50.
Yep.
To the end, but it's for endurance people. So like take care of the tires. So let's see. We don't see Richie Hearn and others take care of the tires. So they have to take care of that. So like a mine reset again.
And we're going to green this time by. And Wagner stayed out. That is that blue, and he spun his wheels, but he's got it back under control, and a good jump, actually. And that is that Menards blue and Dayglow yellow. And here comes Kirby to the bottom. Zorn's going to try to follow him through the middle. Kirby already to the top. Here comes Evans. Now Kirby. Then here comes Zorn to the bottom. Hearn coming to bottom on the bottom as well, underneath Wags. And he's going to be sticking to the high side. He got a good restart, but those tires just aren't as good as everyone else's at the moment, even though they're fairly young in the grand scheme of things, but they got 20-plus laps on them. He's hanging on for this track position. Sam Crow now looking to the inside as they're spinning on 4 wide, 5 wide down the backstretch. Clapper to the apron. It should be mentioned, speaking of Menards there, that's who Richie Hearn was driving for when he set the track record back in 2003. Right. He was driving for Team Menard and their IndyCar program.
So I saw the stats of Richie Hearn on 97. He won Las Vegas 1.
Yeah.
And Salazar won Las Vegas 2.
Yeah. And 2 different types of cars. Completely different cars from the first win that Hearn had at Las Vegas in 90. It was actually 96. It was a 96-97 calendar year.
Yeah.
That Tony George wanted to have the Indy 500 for the IRL be the last race of the season. That's where he wanted to crown the 500 champion and the series champion, and that really doesn't work out for sponsors who want to lay out their sponsorship programs in a more traditional sense, or a January to January type thing. So they had the first race at which is now a very old configuration of Sam Crow with a guy on there, which was the flat version of Las Vegas. Clapper back to the apron. Side by side, Zorn and Kirby. And that was the last race ever in the IRL for the turbocharged cars until turbocharged cars arrived back later. And then the second time where your racing hero won there at Las Vegas, that was with the new cars, the old G-Forces and the old Delaras that they used to ride back then. The Aurora V8 engines, or the Nissan Infiniti V8 engines that didn't do so hot.
The Oldsmobile
Aurora engines, yep.
That's with Salazar won.
Yeah, he had the Oldsmobile Aurora racing for Andy Evans. I think that might have been Andy Evans' only IRL win, I think. Zorn back out to the point and pulling away. Kirby second, Evans third, Hearn fourth. Crow's been a big player into this. He's up one spot, but last time we looked, he was challenging for at least the look at the inside of the podium there. And he has been in that high lane all race long. He's switching over now, go to the bottom lane underneath Hearn. This is for fourth. Might actually go for third as Evans then slips up in front of him. And move Sam Crow to third.
So, Guyon, 12 spots, Clapper 11. So they're going faster over here.
Yeah, Clapper and Guyon, they're both up multiple spots. You mentioned 11 spots, 12 spots for Clapper. Guyon up 12 spots at the moment. And there is a second group that's behind this. So if you look behind, Hugo Gallus is the last truck in line. That's a pretty good spot to be, especially if there's a multi-truck incident that you get to see it all happen in front of you. But Wagner back there as the tires have fallen off and he has lost touch now. Remember, Wagner did not pit. He's on 33 lap old tires. So I would suspect that he's coming in the pit here sometime soon. And he's getting passed by Pepto Joe, and ELZ will follow Joe on through. Lionel Callisto back there all by himself. I think he's trying to hit a number. And Brian Graydon, Brian is also kind of back there. He might be doing the same thing.
I don't know. It's too far for Callisto to make the Sun strategy over here.
Sam Crow now up to second. Here comes Evans on the high side over Kirby. There's your biggest mover of the race right there. Actually, right behind him, Clapper and Guyon. .36 of 130 as Zorn continues to pull away. He's got a leader by about a second now over Crow. Crow exclusively using the high line right now. Evans third. And now we got a battle for four side by side, Hearn and Kirby. Here comes Clapper as well.
Look like everybody learned the lesson about the first stint before the yellow, because I see all people when one line. I don't getting crazy. You
know, sometimes an early caution isn't a bad thing. Guyon going high, going 3 wide through 3 and 4. Move Clapper up the 5th by a nose. Looks like the higher line is the way to go. If you stay at the low too long, you might run your tires. You might actually use your tires up a little bit. Big John up to 9th after that incident, but that brought out the first caution. Good run for him.
So we didn't mention, so Wagner is in pits now with 37 laps. But I don't know, it's taking long.
Oh, yes. He is in the box. Might have got caught speeding. 22 seconds, 23 seconds, 24 seconds.
Oh, no.
So it looks like he got caught speeding coming to pit road for a scheduled stop. And that's going to make 27.7 seconds in the box. So I don't know why he went long there. Did he tow? I don't know. Well, tow's not right.
So he stopped. He brake, but he braked before the line on 45 miles. So it's 50 miles on pit road. So he did good. I don't know.
Maybe he had something in real life had to require his attention to move away.
Maybe. Well, he lost a lap, so 2 laps. So
Yeah, he's 2 laps down now. But now he's going to have fresh tires. We're going to see the power of fresh tires right here as he's running Crow. 42 of 130. As now Zorn has himself a 1.1 second lead over Crow with a lapped car or truck in the middle. Evans third. Richie Hearn fourth. Richie seems to be doing a lot better on this particular stint. This is about the point in the stint the first time where he started losing track of the truck. And he has himself a little bit of a gap over Clapper, about 3/10. Clapper in fourth. Guyan right up to the high side. He's in sixth. Kirby now back to seventh. Rigney in eighth. Stretch in ninth. And say hey, Lewis Hayes bringing the P1 truck up in the 10th.
So with Wagner, we learn about his 38 laps on tank, or maybe could be 40. So these people have to make 2 stops at least.
All right,
that's what I guess.
Yeah.
I said 38 because about the 3 laps of track, pace track.
Yeah, there was some of that under caution, yeah.
So maybe it's 35 to 38, maybe. So it's not gonna be a 1 stop, maybe it's gonna be 2.
Well, again, Callisto back there kind of on his own pace. Callisto turning 32 nines. And maybe that's his pace that he wants to turn. Maybe he's going to try to make that a 1 stop here and out. Let's ride with him. Let's listen to his throttle control here. Rolls out of it, yes.
Well, he saw something we don't know, so we need to wait it for
yeah, we got to see how this pans out for him. I mean, the leaders aren't that far behind him. They're 13 seconds behind him, so I think he has the pace that if he has to go, he could probably throw the push the pedal a little bit farther and go a little bit faster. But yeah, he's really rolling out of it in the corners where he doesn't really need to. I think he's trying to save a lot of fuel here.
Yeah, maybe because he is going in turn 3 and the leader is going in turn 1, so he is 3/10 maybe.
Yeah, last time by, the leader did a 32.5 and Callisto did a 32.8. And we're riding with Zorn right now, and you could hear the difference between how Zorn's going through the corners and how Callisto is going through the corners. By this point, Zorn was, Callisto was out of it for a while, and then he slowly gets back into it.
So Brian Gradin in pits with 24 laps.
And down and away, scheduled stop.
Makes sense or no? Let's see.
Maybe he thinks he can do it. That's his final stop, possibly. I don't know. I don't know if they can do 80 laps.
35. So no,
maybe do a 240s or do a 140 and then end with another 40. Do one more stop.
I guess because we saw maybe it's 40, and to what he did now. So I check is 35. So we started in 100 and 106 laps to go. So or 5 to go. So means it's 35 and 235, 136.
Okay.
To the end. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's going to give also, even though it's probably going to lose time to him, might actually give Zorn someone close enough that he can draft off of, but I think he's just going to pull away from Zorn. If you just joined us, this is P1's coverage of the ISRA Truck Series coming to you from Chicagoland Speedway, where we've completed 52 130 scheduled laps. We've enjoyed P1's coverage of tonight's race. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you miss out on the next race. Make sure to ring the bell as well, and you'll be notified of when we go live again. And we have not talked about the points yet. Here is the points situation. Evans with a pretty commanding lead over there right now over Kirby, Callisto, Wagner, and Crow. That's your top 5 coming in today's race. Evans underneath Crow. This is a battle for position and move Evans up to second. Although Crow is not done with them. Crow getting the momentum up the high side in the corner. Pulls back on by. Looks like Evans might have been a little loose off the corner.
You know what's funny? When you're here, the leaders, the fastest cars said pit it in, everybody's going to the pit. So the moment we hear Evans or Sam Crow or Zorn, even Richie Hearn said pit it in, everybody's gonna go inside the same time, or maybe not. If I race it over here, I waited for Evans. Oh, this guy said next time by pit it in.
Yeah, all these guys 33 laps or more on this current stint. So this is probably pretty close to empty tanks for these guys. Ooh, look at that slide through the corner there for Zorn.
I'm gonna say everybody's gonna come between 35 on 38. Maybe 40.
Crow and Evans still side by side. Well, the one we want to watch is Callisto. See how far he can go. We're pretty sure that he is saving right now. Problem is if he's saving, how much time is he's giving up on the racetrack?
That's a disadvantage. But it's not really doing slow laps, so it's basically he did 32.8 and the leader is 32.82, so same one. And also Sam Chrome is 33 flat, so it's, and also Evans, so it's not slow, it's going fast.
Yeah, the field's backing up to him actually. Still watching this battle between Evans and Crow for second. Evans clears him this way. Crow going low.
Yeah, it's going for the pit.
And that is a position to get to the pit road. Oh, no. He's going to be underneath the speed limit. But that's going to cost some time on pit road.
It's okay. Nothing happened.
Now let's see if Zorn comes to pit road. So that is pit in for...
Okay. Zorn is coming now.
On lap 58, and then we're lap 59 for Zorn. Evans staying out. Evans going to stay out. Hearn's going to stay out. Kirby staying out. Rigney staying out. Hayes staying out. So that's your top 5 at the moment.
Oh no, Alex Goujon with the penalty for speeding.
Zorn?
No, Alex Goujon.
Oh, Goyon for speeding on pit road. That's going to be a hold for Goyon. That has been one of today's big gainers of the day. More drivers coming to pit road, but Rigney staying out.
Oh no, Pepto Joe on the wrong way.
Pepto Joe.
Oh no, I think so. Somebody hit it to him. Oh no, he went alone. So
here comes Rigney with Say Hey Lewis Hayes. And Rigney, he got the pit road, and he actually used a little bit of the gore point to help him kind of get the pit road, a little bit extra tarmac there. We've seen that done before with the Lionheart IndyCar guys before. Stretch Armstrong coming to pit road. Zorn now out on the racetrack by himself. And Evans kind of, well, not, I should say Zorn by himself, but he's got himself a comfortable lead over Evans.
I don't
see 2 seconds.
I don't see Callisto do something. Just he did the pit stop on 37 laps and now it's good to go. So basically, no strategy.
Ooh, ELZ smacks the wall off of 4. Seems to be okay. All right, let's get a quick word in from our sponsors, and we'll be right back to reset the field for you. We'll go side by side.
With years of experience and a passion for customer service, SimMotion is a trusted name for SimMagic products. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned pro, we have the gear to get you on the podium. At SimMotion, we don't just sell gear, we feel your passion for sim racing.
All right, we're back. And do want to thank our race sponsor, SimMotion, for supporting the whole series. Sim racers taking care of other sim racers. What a concept. That is a SimMotion's mission. With over 50 combined years of experience in the community and industry, SimMotion is your one-stop strategy for everything you need for sim racing. Whether you still have your rookie stripes or a grizzled veteran looking for the next upgrade, check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Ace-Attack, Butt Kicker, Moza, SimMagic, and more. SimMotion is the proud sponsor of the ISRA. Visit their online store today or follow one of their socials. Links are all in the description. That's SimMotion. After the pit stops are done, Josh Zorn is still our leader by about 2.5 seconds over Greg Evans. Evans has himself about 1.5 seconds over Clapper, who has worked his way up 14 spots to 3rd. Sam Crow right behind Clapper for 5th. For 4th. Kirby for 5th right here. And Richie Hearn, 6th. Jake Euler up 5 spots to 7th. And here's Rigney in 8th. Stretch in 9th. And Rick D rounds out the remainder of your top 10 here at 67 of 130. And we think everyone probably will come to pit road for the final stops right around lap 100-ish.
Oh, it's close. Yeah, so could be lap in 102 and 105, how many, something like that to the end. So that's the margin it's gonna be on for now. I'm very curious how is the tires on the first pit stop? Maybe 20%. And how hard is the tire?
Yeah. Dorn, your leaders led 46 laps today. Evans has led 4. We see Clapper, no laps led, but he is getting up there in the podium area. Sam Crow. The Kirby led 7 laps early. G. Hearn 6 laps early. Euler and Stretch. This is a battle for position, side by side for 7th and 8th.
So, we're talking about Richie Hearn, about the qualifying faster lap, but the fastest lap in track, so like in race, Body Race on 2002, 24.421. That's the fastest in track so far.
Yeah, many of the early IRL years when they raced on a lot of intermediate tracks. So when they raced at Texas, they raced at Kansas, Chicagoland, a lot of those. Yeah, this is one of the tracks where they had like 3 out of the top 5 closest finish in league history. Were here at Chicagoland. Just this track had incredibly close finishes.
That's the same year Hornich when finished with I forget the name. The yellow black car.
Oh, the Pennzoil Panther?
No, the other one. Scott Sharp. Scott Sharp in the finish lap.
Oh, Scott Sharp in the Delphi car. Yeah.
Yes.
There is your top 5. Here's your race summary. 72 of 130, 58 to go, 1 caution for 2 laps, and 10 lead changes. Go back and look at some battles closer on the racetrack. Euler in the middle of a kind of a 3-car train right here, actually the tail end of it. Euler, Rigney, and Stretch Armstrong. Hayes, tail end of that, might actually catch up to it here in the draft. Good looking P1 truck there. Got all the P1 colors there. And the sim motion over the through the windshield there, like it.
Oh, Sam Chrome. Something happened with Sam. Oh, he hit the wall on turn turn 2. He lost the momentum. This
yeah, we'll check it out here. As he's following Clapper right here, and I think he just arrow washes right up into the wall. Yeah, and then you've had experience with these trucks as well, and once these walls grab you, they don't want to let you go, and that just eats all your momentum, and he loses a couple spots to Kirby and Hearn, move Crow back to 6th. But he still has another stop to go where he can execute the fast repair and get that buffed out, so to speak. But Sam Crow down a couple spots now to 6th.
It's funny because you try to turn to the left, the car can't. It's like the only way to release from the wall is just leave the throttle.
Yeah.
If in any cars, the IndyCar or whatever, NASCAR, whatever, is the same thing. You have to leave the throttle and try to pray if it's nobody coming next to you very close and hit you.
Hayes around Euler. We were talking about Hayes getting into the backside of that battle right there, and he's engaged in it now, down low on Euler. Can he get by here? Down low. Truck looks loose. He was really letting that right rear hang out there.
Yeah, when it's going when you go low, you should be release the car to the high. So if it's not happening that.
Lap 80 of 130. Here's Hayes down to the bottom side again, getting a good run down the front stretch in the draft. Trying to get the rotation through the bottom side of the corner, get the momentum, but it's not there. High side still has the momentum. And again, he's going to have to regroup and try again. This time he's thinking of going high. There you go. He's got high, but he just lost momentum.
So Justin Kirby pass Clapper, and Richie Hearn is going to, but Clapper is still over there, still to the battle. But I see Clapper a little bit loose on the exit and the turn 2 and also 4.
Yep, 20 laps into this current stint for everybody. So we expect them to, this is about halfway through, give or take. We expect everyone to pit probably the next.
Yep. You have to decide: you're going to the apron or not? Don't go. If you go to the middle, for sure, it's gonna happen. What it? Will Richie Hearns happen?
Yeah, either go to the apron or not. Can't ride both. We expect probably another 18 laps or so from now. Pit stops, final stops for everybody. Right now, though, unless Evans can begin to reel in Zorn, the win streak might be in jeopardy right now. We shall see. Still, we still got a ways to go.
Brian Granadine on pits.
There it is. Pit stop
34.
for him, and this will be trying to find an angle that I can actually see him. There it is.
But he doesn't go to the end. So
yeah, he's gonna have to go one more. He's gonna pit again.
So Richie Hearn passed Clapper and going free and easy to Kirby.
Gives you some drone shots, give you an idea of this spread out field. Zorn, your leader, has been really led for much of the day. 63 laps now for Zorn. And then right behind him there, that next truck is Evans.
So everyone needs to survive for 14 laps more to the end.
Yeah.
Have to.
And now we go to Kirby in third, who has broken away a little bit from Hearn now. So he is about 3 seconds, 4 seconds almost, behind Evans. And he's got about a 1.2 second lead over Hearn. And the fourth, Clapper, about 5/10 up to Hearn for fifth. That's your top, or fourth. That is your top five. Closest battle on the racetrack. Hugo Gallas, Lionel Callisto. This is for 12th. And Callisto's been among the fastest trucks on the racetrack. There he goes. Going to look to the inside of Gallas.
You know what you know what I see? So I already quiet because I checked Evans the line. So I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna be wrong. So I don't know. So he did 1 lap down, 1 lap up, high. So now it's going down to the apron, almost for the first line. So the next lap is going high to the close to the wall.
So is he searching for a new line to try to run down Zorn?
I gonna say he tried to push 1 lap to cool down the tires on the laps for the second lap. I guess. Because I already checked 2 laps before, and he do that. So now it's low, and let's see what happened on the next lap. So he's doing low for now. But yeah, it could be gonna be faster. You can be faster in 1 lap, but it could be like a chill or conservative on your tires on the next lap. To don't burn it all, right? Like don't put the temperature high.
Yeah. 1.8 up to Zorn now. So he's got it under 2 seconds. We're riding with Evans.
Like we saw on last race and the other races behind. He's very fast in the pit stop, so
yeah.
Could be cut that 2 seconds to 1 maybe. You see now
Possibly, yeah, you're right. He's up high.
Ooh,
loose.
So
loose.
you know what?
Ooh,
gonna lose for
loose.
So also I saw how some drivers like to be loose the car.
That's too loose.
Make the turn. Yeah.
And I think he's lost time. I think he lost time to, now it's over 2 seconds to Zorn. Evans, though, won at Charlotte, the opener for this season. Then won again at Iowa, then at Kentucky. And then a great race by you guys last week. You and Julian Altena called the action for the IRP 150. He won there by the narrowest of margins. And here he is again looking to go 6 for 6, or actually 5 for 5 to start the season. Next week is the 50 minutes of the Glen. It's going to be our first ever road course race for the Truck Series. And you don't want to miss it. You definitely don't want to miss it because it's only going to be 50 minutes, and unless the track gets blocked, there are going to be no cautions for that one.
Yeah, you're right. So we're talking about the mistake about the Evans lose on the track. So
Evans now 2.4 back.
But Zorn have Vector Joe and Big Joe over there battle, so all that draft dirty.
Yeah, that is a battle for position in front of him. So, you know, he's not going to. Neither one of those guys are going to necessarily lift to allow Zorn on by. All right, we got Sam Crow coming to pit road. Final stop.
Yep.
So who makes that next move? Zorn coming to pit road. Final stop for him on pit road.
Kirby too. And say hey, Luis.
Lewis Hayes.
Hey,
there we go.
yeah.
He's worked his way into the top 10. So now Evans, and I would imagine Evans is coming to pit road pretty quickly with the way that his truck is not behaving pretty well for him.
We're missing Sam Crow and Clapper exit to the pit now, so they go to the end.
All right, here comes Evans. Evans on pit road, and he needed to come to pit road because those tires just weren't going to do anything else for him if he stayed out there. So coming to pit road, final stop for Evans. Turns the lead over to Hearn. Hearn now 36 laps into this stint, followed by Stretch Armstrong. Stretch now up to second. He's 35 laps into this stint. Rigney now third. Rigney 35 laps into this stint. Evans down and away here. Nope, not yet. He's going to the other side and topping off with other fuel. He needs to get to the finish. We talked about it right around lap 100. We thought it would be the final stops. That's exactly what's happening. Final stop done for Evans. And he gets passed by Zorn.
Far, very far. I see more than 2 seconds though.
And Zorn, a 14 point, each one spent 37.7 seconds on pit road, but Zorn only 14.3 in the box, and he was a half second faster than Evans in the box. Evans was in the box by a 14.8.
Oh, Big John.
Rigney. Okay, he's brought it down. Big Joe, what happened? Big John?
Black for the speeding.
And he also missed his box, and that makes things a little bit more frustrating. Euler done with his final stop. He's moving off. And we just see Rigney coming down to his box for his final stop. That will be the end of the leaders making pit stops and turn the lead back over to Josh Zorn, who's now looking at 31 laps for his first career win here in the ISRA. Evans back by 4.2 seconds.
With the Evans, so I'm really curious if he missing the spot or something like that. So, yeah, kind of weird.
Well, they both were on pit road for the same amount of time, 37.7 seconds. It was either the approach to pit road or the lap off of pit road is really what Zorn made his time up on.
Maybe you're right. It depends how you brake, how you approach it.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe there is a one, at least it's 1 second over there. So Zorn, in between he entered to the pit to exit, he did 37 seconds. So Evans did 38. So they won a second over there, maybe a second something else.
Yeah.
So Chubby is over there because when the pit stop, when he did the pit stop, he entered on 2 seconds something.
Well, tomorrow night, join us at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time for our signature broadcast, the IndyCar Oval Series top split coming to you from New Hampshire. That's again 8:15 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Myself, LGN will be there. We'll get Stevie will be back in the booth. I'm not sure if Justin will be there. He's mending to some wounds, but we're looking for a very fun 1 mile oval race here at the Magic Mile. For the IndyCar Oval Series, and then a packed Wednesday night doubleheader 7:50 p.m. Eastern. The Votive Racing Series and their Boomer Button Boxes Indy Oval Series. They'll be at Texas for round 3. That will be Mark Murphy and Ryan Eric King calling the action on that one. And then myself and Josh Bittner for the VRL at 8:50 p.m. Eastern time at Bristol. And I think this will be like maybe my 3rd or 4th race at maybe 3rd race at Bristol for broadcast. We did do Bristol for the ISRA back in, let's see, what was that? We did Bristol for the Xfinity Series. That was week 9 last season. So again, not a lot of Bristol broadcast experience. That's going to be fun. Always mix up the front stretch with the back stretch with Bristol because the place looks identical. That's later this week, and then you can catch me on Thursday, 7:45 p.m. Eastern, with the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series as they move to Laguna Seca for the next round of their championship, and I'll be on the 22nd. And then we're just a couple of weeks away from their big fall Indy 500 coming up here in 2 weeks. Next week
is... how many?
What's that?
How many people? Do you know how many people is signing for the Indy 500 on the Warrior for Peace?
Like 60 people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Are you going to be on that one?
No. No. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it'll be me and you calling the action on that one. At 60 people for qualifying, and then we'll get 33 for the race. So that's going to be the and that. And in case you're just wondering about that, that's over in the Elite Racing Network, and their Indy 500 will be October 10th, 7:45 p.m. Eastern. So a couple weeks. Next week is actually they'll qualify for the pole for the Indy 500. That again, 7:45 p.m. Eastern on the 3rd. But that is the week here in the on P1 and the P1 staff, as we'll get Friday and Saturday off, and that's when I need to make the migration to the new computer. I don't have, other than that, the next time I can do it is actually October 11th and 12th. I can't afford any downtime of the current computer at that time. But yeah, again, thanks everybody for joining us. Make sure to hit that share button. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. And hit that like button. That's the big thing you could do for a new channel, as we are gaining those subscriptions that we lost when we made the move to the new setup here. 108 of 130. Thanks for joining us. And of course, today's race is sponsored by SimMotion. I want to thank them again for taking care of the series, and they're sim racers that take care of other sim racers. That is SimMotion's mission. With over 50 combined years of experience in the community and industry, SimMotion is your one-stop strategy. With with everything you need for sim racing, whether you still have your rookie stripes or you can't read a script anymore like me, or a grizzled veteran looking for that next upgrade. Check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Azatec. I got a set of their pedals. There's some good stuff. Butt Kicker. I got one of their little devices. They're nice. Moza. I think we got a Moza sponsored truck out there. Kirby's got a Moza sponsored truck. Sim Magic. I think Evan's got a Sim Magic sponsorship on the side of his truck. So check them out. It looks like that's all brands that these guys are using here. SimMotion is a proud sponsor of the ISRA, and check out their online store today or follow one of their socials. Links are in the description. 20 laps to go. Zorn, your leader. Greg Evans now second by 5 seconds as Zorn continues to pull away. Kirby third, 3 seconds behind Evans, and really the closest battle really for that's going to make any difference here to the top standings here is Clapper trying to run down Kirby here for the bottom step of the podium.
Yeah, for sure. I really make a point on 2 things. First of all, Richie Hearn, he went 4 to 6, so I don't know if make a mistake on pit stop. I saw get loose on the turn 4, hit the lead over the wall over there, and after went to the pit. And then chat said, Albert Anderson said, I ran in Bristol practice last night and it's gonna be interesting on Wednesday. So there's your answer on this Wednesday.
And checking out in chat, got Albert Anderson out there. Loving that P1 paint scheme. Yeah, dude, I like it too. Let's get a tight shot of Say Hey Lewis Hayes here, and that there it is. That just works very well. He did a good job on that. And Albert says that he runs the VRL, so he's ran some Bristol practice laps tonight. He says it's going to be interesting on Wednesday. Long as it's not long as you don't got to set a caution record on Wednesday. That's all I kind of care about. Let's see how deep. Ooh, Hayes getting loose off the corner. Graydon's going to pass him down low for just track position right there.
I think also San Chrome with problems too high, hit the wall, and Richie Hearn passed also Armstrong over there.
And then Gordy, which, of course, that's Gordon Johncock's nickname. So I don't know if that's Mr. Gordy is. that's because of you're a Gordon Johncock fan. But he says, great race, great coverage. Watching my old ISRA crew. Way to go, guys. And these guys, this is a combination of kind of the ISRA guys, a lot of ex-Lionheart guys in here as well. Good mix of ex-IndyCar and regular NASCAR drivers here. Crow and Rigney, this is a battle for position. Crow made all that time on the high line early in the race, and now he seems to be losing it.
Yeah, so that's the problem. I saw they were slow, so I don't know, maybe he already burned the tires, or maybe, I'm not sure, maybe
that was a wall contact.
I don't know, maybe he didn't change the tires, I don't know.
They have enough, in terms of tire limits, they should have an extra set. So maybe we're just late in the run, and let's check the track temperature, shall we? Let's see what we got here. 102, it's not that bad, it hasn't really changed. It's your race summary so far, yeah. And here is your signature, and of course it's under the Sim Motion icon there, but I can clear that up here. Watch this. And boom, there it is. So there we see our caution for 1 for 2 laps. That's just kind of a signature ISRA right there. $13 to go here at Chicagoland. Oh, Sam Crow getting loose off of 2, going below the apron.
It's going low and low, so it's going low and in the position, so he have to go to the end. I don't have any more alternative, so I have a 12 to go. So he tried to save the tires, but it's getting too high, and you know it's getting dirty. It's dirty over there. Actually, if you see on the camera, it's getting all the tires.
The clag, as they like to say in Formula One.
No, they say the other name. What's the name? What's the other name we have?
Marbles.
Marbles. Yes. Maybe that's it affected too much on Sam Crow, but.
Well, Evans is reeled in. Ooh. Hugo smacks the wall off of 4. Greg's reeled in Zorn just a little bit. He got it under 5 seconds, but Zorn getting around Hugo and begins to start to pull away again.
Kirby's loose over there, battle with the. Okay.
Yeah, that's with Wagner. That's just for track position.
Yeah, so he said on radio, "Don't worry about me. Just do your race now." Dennis is coming. Also, Brian over there tried to pass Kirby. When you focus on the lap down behind to you, for sure you make a mistake. So almost Kirby lost the car over there.
Yep. And it is a dirty track out there. That's I think it was David Hobbs really who coined the phrase clag. Just all the tire parts and everything up in the corners there. Yeah. 8 to go. Zorn, your leader. Evan second. Kirby third. He is clear of a second and a half right now. Clapper, who's in fourth. Richie Hearn, just a solid, very consistent run for Hearn, the fifth. Clapper up 13 spots. He's your biggest gainer of the day. He is up the fourth there. But just watching as right now Zorn on the precipice, and that's a big word, I used it, on the precipice of his first win here in the ISRA. Ooh, smacks the wall off a 2. I don't think he wants to do that too many times with 7 laps to go.
Well, I'm gonna say this. So when you feel comfortable on the first, or maybe the second, doesn't matter which position, you don't have an action around what's happened. You start to getting like a.
Yep. Little tunnel vision. You're not paying attention. And then sometimes you need that little bit of a jolt of you hitting the wall to go, wake up.
Wake up.
And we were talking about that during our Dark Horse 500 coverage of on Sunday. It was a pretty small field. It was a competitive field, but it was a small field. And we were talking about, you get into the middle portions of a 500-mile race at Indianapolis, and you just start thinking about, when's my next stop? And, did I leave the garage door open? And did I leave my iron on? And then all of a sudden, smack the wall, and you're like, I just lost my concentration.
I see Richie Hearn coming close to Clapper. So that's unfortunate for Richie Hearn. He did back pit stop, but he recovered from, I think so, 2 seconds or something like that. The laps, 25 laps to go. Ago. And now it's close on almost half a second on Clapper. That's unfortunate because he on the third stint, second stint, he went battled for the third position. Now he's there for the fourth.
He's slowly reeling him in. He does have a little time left. 3 to go. Go back to our leader. Zorn on the bottom. He has himself still a 4-second lead. Coming off the corner, hitting the line. 2 to go. Zorn 3 miles away from his first win here. I was told when he joined the league that this guy is fast, to watch out for him, and he has been nothing but fast and nothing but up front the entire time since he's joined this series. Looking for win number 1 and breaking the win streak of Greg Evans. White flag in the air at the line, 1 lap to go. Hearn and Clapper.
Yes, cannot lose over there.
At the white flag for those two. Meanwhile, Zorn, easy peasy. Through 3 and 4, nice and easy. And coming off of 4, Checkered flag in the air. Josh Zorn breaks the win streak of Greg Evans and is now your first new winner this season of the ISRA Truck Series. Welcome to Victory Lane.
What a great race for...
Clapper just edges out Hearn there.
Yeah, he got a little bit loose Hearn, so he just left the position over there.
Try to get a better shot. There we go. We'll just do that one. Okay. As he does his donuts, I'm done. He does one donut, I'm done. Well, let's get into today's final standings here. Zorn with the win over Greg Evans. Justin Kirby there in third. Clapper fourth. Richie Hearn fifth. Stretch Armstrong in sixth. Say hey, Lewis Hayes. A good run for him at seventh. Rigney eighth. Sam Crow ninth. And Rick D in 10th. Callisto recovers up to 11th. I'm not sure what, again, we were kind of puzzled as to what the strategy he was running there. Almost gets a top 10 out of it, but finishes 11th. Euler 12th, Gallus 13th, Bepto Joe 14th, Guyon 15th, ELZ at 16th, Grandin, at 17th, Big John 18th, and Matty Wagner, unfortunately, that speeding penalty. Not actually, you know what? I take that back. It was not a speeding penalty for Wagner. Not sure exactly what he did, but I think he might have had phone call or something that just had to take you away from the sim world to the real world. Had an extra long pit stop there, unfortunately, and finished 19th. It happens. It happens.
This happened to me one time.
Yeah,
and it was in the Retro Series. Somebody called me, and I hit the wall in the third position, I think so. Yeah, in lap 2.
And Wagner did at least get the purple lap. As I tell people during my fixed Indy 500, I had my cat. I race in VR, so my cat, who never jumps up on my lap during a race ever, decided that she wanted to jump up on my lap at that particular time, and that was a bit of a surprise. But I did not hit the wall. I finished 4th that race, but I understand when real world happens, sometimes you don't have a say in exactly when or how it occurs. It just happens. All right, let's get some replays queued up here and check in the interview room. All right. And let's check out the interview room here. Find the right Discord server. So many of them lined up. I try to line them up in order of preference of like where I'm going to be during Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know. All right. And there's Kirby. We'll bring him up in here in just a second here. Let's get this music's turned down. All right, let's bring up Justin Kirby. Joining us in the booth is Justin Kirby. P3 today, another podium finish for you today, sir. Talk about your race. We got a little caution time in there, but not a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, tonight we worked a heck of a lot harder than I thought we were going to, because I have a sneaking suspicion, but I'm thinking the track hasn't been updated in some time, so I changed my line about halfway through the race back to closer what I would run about 2018, 2019, back before the new tires started coming along, and I picked up front end speed and still had back end, so I was pretty happy about that. Wasn't happy I couldn't make inroads on Greg and Joshua. Obviously, just they had the line down just perfect, and they weren't yelling the car out, and they had the bike coming off. It just kudos to them. It was everybody else from that point.
Anything to be had on pit road? I know that you actually made up probably most of your time on most of your competitors on pit road by very, very aggressively coming onto pit road and at very good times coming off of pit road. That was about really the only place you could make up any time on during this race at all, wasn't it?
I mean, that's going to be where you can chunk them pretty good. Yeah. But that's the biggest part, or the other way you're going to gain is like someone just stepped out a little bit or was breaking the right rear loose, because this thing was free and not in a very happy way. And because I mean, like that first run, I was doing my darndest to just kind of stay smooth and on the bottom, and I was on the bottom so long I cooked my tires, and I couldn't get it back. And as soon as I got up in the main line again, or in the racing line behind everybody, it was free. So it was a battle of free.
Well, talk about with this race over, now we get to move to the first road course of the series history next week at Watkins Glen. How are your road skills?
Compared to the oval side of iRacing, I'd say I'm above average, but it's going to be just trying to keep the thing on on the nice black stuff.
Yeah.
I already ran some practice, and it's the typical evil iRacing NASCAR road stuff where it's like you get a little too judicious on the throttle, she'll slap your hand and say no.
Yeah. Shout out to any friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to. Yet another podium here in the series.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just saying hi to the guys Black Magic, Brent, doing his best trying to get back in here. Trevor, I think he was a little busy today. That's why he didn't end up showing up. But all the guys that run with us there and at various other places. P1, you guys for broadcasting the series. Sim Motion for coming on and doing what they've done for us so far, and Mike for hosting ISRA and running a darn good show. And I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Well, it's good to have you here. Good to talk to you again. And we will check you in a week at the Glen.
Yeah, it's N4. I'll be there.
See ya. All right. Let's head on to Greg. Bring him on up. Now, Greg, we're not 5 for 5, but we'll go 4 for 4 and then 5 for 5 with podium finishes. How about that?
Hey, that's if you told me at the first of the season, I'd have said that's perfectly done. So I'll keep that.
Well, talk about your race. It looked like at times you had the pace, and at other times you were kind of struggling to find the pace. I noticed, actually, it was noticed by Lewis during the broadcast that you were doing some laps where you were going up high and then you were going down low. Were you having a hard time trying to find the optimal line around this place?
Yeah, I felt like I was a little bit too conservative the first and second run. And then, I was kind of watching Sam as he came up through there that first run, and I couldn't really get comfortable up there. But on the bottom, it felt like after about halfway through the run, I just got really loose. And then, like I said, that I told him in chat, I said that the final 10 laps of the race, I finally think I figured out the top line. So, but it was just, I knew Josh was gone. I was pitting a lap after him every time, and he was getting a pretty good lead. So that last run, I was like, I'm going to just learn a little bit here, try to save some tires. If a caution does come out, then I'll maybe have something for him then. But like I said, he was just so far gone. It was like, let's just see what we can learn here.
Well, you are you lengthened, even though you didn't win the race. You still finished ahead of your chief competitors, with the exception of Zorn, who started mid-season with us, so he's still working his way up into the standings. But you finished ahead of all your chief competitors and extended your points lead, 208 over 173 over Kirby. Moving to a road course, first road course for the series in its series history. Well, we've seen how well you do on super speedways, intermediates, and short tracks. How are you at turning left and right?
I feel like I'm decent, but I know these IndyCar guys have a lot more experience road course racing than I do.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just have to see. I hate to come in here and tell you guys, oh, I'm good at it, and be dead last next week. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think it's Watkins Glen. I do like Watkins Glen. So it'll be interesting, that's for sure. It'll kind of even the playing field, I think, for some of those IndyCar guys who are used to racing more road courses than most of us oval guys.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Go right ahead.
Yeah. First of all, thank you guys. Hope you're feeling better, Gary. Glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for broadcasting. Thank Mike Rooney for hosting the league like always, and giving us a good place to come race, and keeping it clean. And Freightliner, Sim Magic, Sim Labs, Sim Motion for coming on board as well. I got some P100 Sim Magic pedals from them yesterday, so
nice.
Hopefully we'll have. I don't think I'm going to run them at the road course. I think I'm going to run what I've currently got at the road course and try to get used to them.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah. I don't think I will do that yet. So, but yeah, and like I said, thank all my teammates over here. And we'll see you guys next week.
You got it. Good to see you again. Congratulations on the P2. Keeping the podium streak still alive, but the win streak is over. But you know what they say, is every time you end one streak, you begin another, or have an opportunity to begin another. So let's see what happens. And we'll see you at Watkins Glen here in a week.
Sounds good, guys. Y'all have a good week.
You too. All right. And just a real quick top five in the points. Evans 208, Kirby 173, Callisto 159, Hearn, he's in the top five. He's at 155 and only 4 behind Callisto, and Sam Crow at 154. That is your top five, and your top two are by far and away kind of leading this group. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, they're all in the 150 point range, and they're all pretty tight. So the point championship, especially for the middle portion of the top 10, is kind of wide open at the moment. So we're watching that and see how those drivers do. So that's going to be Callisto, Hearn, Crow, Rigney, Armstrong. Those guys in that range. We'll see. We'll be watching them. So let's move on to our winner, Joshua Zorn, who gets. We'll give you the update. 104 laps, just dominated this race. So we'll ask him why and how Chicagoland seems so easy for him. So bring him on up here. Josh Zorn, congratulations, first win in the ISRA. Let's talk about your race. You really dominated this thing. 104 out of 130 laps led. What made this place so easy for you, especially in the closing stages? You kind of just you kind of pulled away and kind of cruised to this thing.
Oh, well, thanks, guys. No, it may have appeared easy, but certainly didn't feel that way. No, it kind of turned into a long green flag run there at the end, which I felt kind of played to my strengths a little bit. Just managing things, keeping the car out of the wall as best I can. But I think the big thing was the tire fall off. Actually, was quite noticeable tonight, especially managing the right rear tire. You get about halfway through a run, and it would start to become very noticeable. Getting through the middle off, that the rear of the car would want to step out. So the big challenge on the long runs was to try and keep that right rear underneath you, while also maintaining good lap time, which is sometimes
easier said than done.
Together.
Yeah,
exactly.
Did you find that changing your line? A lot of drivers are out there changing their lines an awful lot. Did that help you at all, or just it was just better to be consistent and stay the same, just stay the course on the line that you've been running all along?
Yeah, at the early going there, changing the line up to make passes and such was definitely useful and beneficial to try and get the passes over with as quickly as possible. But once I got into a rhythm, I just tried to be consistent and repetitive, and I think that reduced my chances of overstepping and then ending up hard in the wall off the corner, which is easy to do here.
Yeah, saw a number of cars or a number of trucks give that little turn 4 exit wall a little bit of a kiss throughout this race. Next, we're going to a road course. We're just gauging the podium's prowess on the road course. How are you on the road courses? And are you looking forward to taking the truck and trying to lug that thing around Watkins Glen a little bit?
Yeah, I enjoy Watkins Glen. I don't consider myself to be an ace or anything like that, but looking forward to the challenge, and it'll be an interesting shakeup.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone to say hi to before we let you go. I mean, you earned it. You got your first win, so take all the time you need.
Well, I'll just say thanks to SimMotion for their support of the league and the race, and thanks to you guys for all your work in the broadcast and everybody watching.
Well, it's good to finally have you in victory lane. I was told by lots of people when you joined the league, it's like, oh, this guy's fast. I knew it was just a matter of time based upon reputation coming into the league. But it took a couple weeks to get there, but you were always at the front. And typically if you stay up at the front, that win's eventually going to come. I suspect this is probably the first of at least a couple this season for you, if not more. So congratulations. Welcome to victory lane. Welcome to being the ISRA winner. And we will catch you at the road course at Watkins Glen here in a week.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, you kind of mentioned it going into, we were doing the pre-race show, and you kind of talked about this as had the potential of kind of being a quick race, and it kind of got over pretty quickly as only one caution for 2 laps. Let's see, that brings our total to, and if I think we had 4 cautions for 24 laps last week at the IRP. That's what we were told. So we're at 95.4% green flag laps here for this season. That's just the trucks, and the 3 combined seasons of Truck Season 1, Xfinity Season 1, and Truck Season 2, we've now combined 3,440 laps, and 96.424% of those have been under green. But you kind of talked about it coming into this one. You expected a lot of green flag racing, and that's exactly what we got. Once more, kind of the MO for this series.
Yeah, for sure. But that yellow flag, it wasn't for battle or some hero tried to do something stupid. So
right.
It was because somebody hit the wall by accident, and then somebody collected by. It is what it is. So
yeah,
it wasn't like that. So it's still clean race. It's still clean league. That's really good
for sure.
So about today, so the big winner, Clapper, with 13 spot wins for today. So he finished at 4th, I think so. Yeah, finished 4th. So it was a good race. So I really expect that race today. Hard race, very, very hard. It doesn't matter if it's cold track or no. But I really want to know what is gonna happen on Watkins Glen because, Evan said, so I pretty decent, but I don't know. But hey, it can be decent, but the guy is pretty fast. So I wanna see the Callisto. I wanna see the what else? I see maybe Richie Hearn too. He's one of the guys good on road course, and gonna be excited. I hope don't see that what you said about hey, we're gonna see. We don't have race control, so if we see a lot of cars in the track blocking, for sure it's not gonna be yellow flag. So I hope not. I hope the people keep cleaning over here, and it's gonna be excited race for next week on Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to our first appearance on the road course, and got a new camera pack for that, so it should look pretty good for the presentation at home. So looking forward to that as well. Let's get on out of here, give everyone back their Monday evenings here, and move on as we get ready for another week of racing here on P1 and leading up to our race next week at Watkins Glen. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Chicagoland is Josh Oren with his first win here in the series. Greg Evans, well, it breaks the streak, but still continues the streak on the podium and also extending his points lead. That's the big thing. He finishes second. Justin Kirby is third. Join P1 again next week for round 6 of season 2 of the ISRA Truck Series. This series will head to its first ever road course, as we mentioned. It's going to be Watkins Glen for the ISRA 50 Minutes of the Glen. Coverage begins around 9:45 p.m. Eastern time. Again, it's 9:45 p.m. Eastern. Remember, new time, new channel. Although you should be all used to it by now, right here at P1. As always, for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not an easy one to play. So please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. And if you're new, click subscribe while you're at it. Hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out more of P1's other iRacing programming, including our signature broadcast of the IndyCar Oval Series tomorrow night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. It'll be me, it'll be LGN. We're going to have some other guys join us in the booth. And we'll be at the Magic Mile up in Loudon, New Hampshire, at the New Hampshire Speedway for the IndyCar Series there. Check us out again, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. That is the top split. Some of the best IndyCar drivers around will be in that. You won't want to miss it. And again, everybody that participated in chat, again, thanks a lot for chiming in. We appreciate you watching and making us a part of your Monday nights. Today's race is sponsored by, and it will be sponsored, tonight's race and actually every other race for the series will be sponsored by the series is sponsor of Sim Motion. And it's Sim Racers taking care of other Sim Racers. What a concept. That is the mission for Sim Motion. Over 50 combined years of experience in the community and the industry, Sim Motion is your one-stop strategy for everything you need for sim racing, whether you still have your rookie stripes or you're a grizzled veteran looking for that next upgrade. Check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Ace-Tech, Butt Kicker, Moza, Sim Magic, and more. Sim Motion is a proud sponsor of the ISRA. Visit their online store today or follow one of their socials. All the links you need are in the description. Track cams for this race are what's that? I thought you wanted to say something. Okay. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter. Links are in the description. So for the LGN and whoever else he was talking to, everyone at P1 and the ISRA, I'm Gary to say no. Good night. Thanks for watching, and to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week at the Glen, the next race of the ISRA Truck Series. Good night, everybody.